Hello, welcome back to the homestead. Today, it is me for a change. Matt is actually gone for the day, so I'm going to show you what we're up to while he's gone.
Hi, Dad. I'm a mixing machine, I'm a mixing machine, I'm a mixing machine, I'm a chomper machine, I'm a chomper machine. Floating guys, I'm floating guys, I'm floating with a coast. Hello, Mama. Cheese.
Charlie. It is snowing, just a light snow. It's really pretty, but I have some places to go today, so I wish it wasn't snowing. I'm actually out in the greenhouse because I need to get some trays. We're gonna get some more planting started. Today I am going to be planting our onion. Trying to find some good trays with holes, and then hopefully some trays for the bottom without holes. Looks pretty good. It's pretty chilly out here. About 36, 38 degrees, somewhere in there. I think Charlie would rather stay in here, but sorry, Charlie. We are going to plant inside today. Our hope was that we could put our things directly in our greenhouse as we're starting them. But we're starting a few things pretty early. It's just too cold and cloudy out here. They're not getting sun, and they'll just be too cold. I'm gonna get Charlie some water quick. I saw this little container in there and I was like, oh, perfect. Charlie's just broke, and I dumped his water in a sled for now, and I'm like, I have to fix that today. That little cat is so sweet, and I just want to bring him in the house. He's got his little house out there with some straw. It's just kind of a covered box, and he's doing really well, but oh, it's cold out and I feel for him. I was out there with him this morning for a while. His area where he's got his food, kind of the other side of the chicken coop, and I let him stay in there a long time because I'm like, oh, just warm up, take your time. He's fine. So a couple days ago we started our celery seeds. I mentioned that I made an Excel spreadsheet to kind of keep track of what we're planting this year, so we know when we planted it and just making sure we're on track with everything we're doing. So we're still in February now. I think it's the 24th. So today is February 24th, and my goal was to get our onion seeds and our celery seeds started before March 1st. That's my goal. Last year we started our onion seeds on March 1st, and they did really well. We did have some issues in the garden with the ones that we did not weed between well. So we're definitely going to do that a little different this year, figure out something a little better so that we can stay on top of it. But I think it'll be all right to start a little bit early. I am a little nervous because I wasn't expecting the next week or two to be as cold as it's looking. So I'm going to be scooping this dirt. We had it all set up for the celery seeds. So Matt was making kind of the, I don't even know what they're called, soil blocks. The soil blocks for that, but I don't need that for onions. I'm just gonna fill up these trays with the dirt, and it's really nice because since we just did this, it's still really moist. So I'm gonna fill these up with the dirt and kind of just pat them down lightly and get our onion seeds in there. So this is Pro Mix potting soil, not the seed starting mix, it's the potting soil. So I did notice there were a couple little branches and things in here that I wish weren't, but it's overall not too bad, and I can pick some of those out. Not too bad. I'm pretty sure this is the first time we've used that brand, and that's just all they had. We had stopped at Menards. They only had 2 bags, and we bought one of them. And hopefully our garden centers here will be open soon, so we can go get our dirt stocked up. I want to make sure these are high enough on the dirt levels so that the seeds don't have to, the plants I guess don't have to stretch so far to get sunlight, especially when I get them outside, or in the greenhouse I should say. So a few years ago we actually started our seeds all inside. We had our whole mudroom set up really nice, all our shelving in there. We had grow light set up on, and it worked really, really well. We did have to keep the door from our mudroom to our house open because it is not heated out there. but it worked really well. Then last year when we had the greenhouse going, we were like, that's silly, we have all this greenhouse space, we need to use it. But I was so nervous to start our seeds out there. I really didn't think they would grow. And some things took so much longer to get going than they would in the house. But every single one of those plants, I swear, was just so well adjusted to the weather. I didn't need to put fans on them, and I didn't need to worry about setting them outside because they already were. We'd open that window on nice days and stuff, so there was in the door, so there'd be a breeze going through, and I think that all really helped. So I'm hoping this year is a lot of the same. We are starting a little bit earlier, so we'll see. So we're gonna do a couple of our things in the house until this weather gets a little bit nicer. And I don't think I'm gonna set up that whole mudroom like that, just because everything's taken down now and I don't really wanna take the time to do all that. Yeah, here's a couple more of those sticks. The only reason I'm worried about these little sticks in here is because if there's a seed under them, it's probably not gonna grow. So one thing about our onion seeds is it's really nice because I'm just gonna sprinkle them down on here. So we've been planting our onions in flats like this for at least 2 years. Pretty sure 2 years. And it's really nice because you can see how quick that was. I just put the dirt in, I'm gonna put the onions in and such. But I could not remember how many onions fit in a flat. So I laughed when I took out my onion seeds. I had written a note 2 years ago and popped it right in the container. I love when those things just all come together. And it said 500 seeds is what we tried in a flat 2 years ago. And then I had written a note last year. We did 500 again, but I bet 750 would have fit. So it's just kind of gauging how many would fit in here. Now I did buy some new onion seeds this year. I bought some Patterson onions from Johnny's Seeds. We did plant these last year as well. And this is what we are storing right now. We do still have some onions in our root cellar. And they're the smaller ones. I never even got around to cutting the tops off. I realized I probably could still do that and they would last a little bit longer. But they're doing really well, so I'm just not concerned about it. I've got other things I got going on. But so I've got these, but my only thing about buying seeds from Johnny's is, or these seeds I should say, it talks about like how many seeds per pound are in a package. But it's really confusing. I just want to know, this is about 300 seeds or is this about 1,000 seeds? I'm not very good at estimating. So this year I harvested a lot of our onion seeds and I wasn't sure which ones they were. We did plant, oh, I can't remember the name of it. It was, I can never remember if they're red or purple onions. I always call them purple onions and I think they're actually called red onions, aren't they? Are they red and I call them, I don't know, either way. Anyway, so these are seeds I saved, and about this much in here, it's pretty full to about there, is 150 seeds. Yes, I counted all of them because I'm crazy like that. And then I saved some more seeds, so I can get a gauge of how much this is. So if this is about 150, I would say this is a little bit more like 200, maybe 250. And then these ones still have quite a bit of the flowers on there, so that's probably a little bit less, maybe 50 to 100. So 150, probably 200, 400. I'm guessing I've got around 1,000 seeds total here. So I'm going to get these yellow Patterson onions. I'm going to put those in this flat and label it. I'm going to plant the yellow Patterson onions first, and then I'm going to throw the rest on the next flat. Oh wow, interesting. Oh, it does say on the back, it's so much information. It says 250 seeds. So, okay, so it's about what I thought it would be. So these are pelleted seeds. So they look a little different than the seeds I saved. Oops, I think I just dropped a couple. They're pelleted seeds, so they do look a little different than the seeds I saved. I don't remember buying pelleted seeds last time, so I might have just clicked the wrong one. I don't usually do that. All right, but either way, I'm just gonna kind of sprinkle these all over. And they're gonna do all their baby growing right in this tray. think it was last year I noticed the sides had no onions whatsoever. I'm gonna try to sprinkle a little bit along the sides. It's hard because they naturally just fall a few at a time. I'm gonna label these so I know which ones they are. I try to keep track of where my seeds come from. I don't know why. I think in my head, it just helps me think, oh yeah, that's where I should get them from now on. So I'm gonna write down when I planted these. I already forgot the date, 20-something, 24th. Yellow Patterson, I wrote the date. And this was 250 seeds. I might write that on here just for my own knowledge. So if these all grow and I'm able to plant them all, that'd be 250 onions. How awesome is that? This is where our celery is, just under Matt's old fish growing light. And I have been watering the top just with the spray bottle and then dumping the bottom in the bottom tray so that they just stay moist. There's water everywhere. That means there must be a hole in this tray. So I did bring 2 in bottom, so I'm gonna grab that other second one and switch these. As much as I realize it's not realistic to buy new trays every year, it's just so nice to have new ones. I don't need to worry about this. And we would normally never leave these right here. Soak through all this wood. Oh, I think I found the problem. It's completely split and it was on the far side. I didn't even notice it. Hopefully that works. So I'm gonna put these onions, these are the seeds I saved in here. I'm kind of just rubbing them between my hands because a lot of these still had the flowers on them. Onion seeds actually don't last very long. So these are the ones I saved just from this last year. And that means I'll be completely out of onion seeds I should say. Completely out of onion seeds, so I won't have any to plant for next year. And rather than having to depend on buying more seeds next year, which I will probably still do, I am going to plant what's left of our smallest onions, just replant, because you get onion seeds from second year onions. So those onions, when I replant them, will end up getting these seeds, and I really don't need all that many. This is actually from just a few flowers. I think this 150 was from one probably not even very large flower. And the only reason I don't have more is because I just didn't save more of the seeds I got, and some I kept in plastic bags. I just never got around to storing them better. And those ones, they actually I had quite a bit that got moldy, so that we lost those. Oh, this radish seed, I think. Anyways, I think it's a radish seed. But we don't want that in there. I'm sure I'll end up with a few surprises. Well, that's most definitely not an onion seed. That's a sunflower seed. I'm sure we'll end up with a few surprises, but we don't need any sunflowers or radishes, that's for sure. I think this tray is going to have quite a few more than that other one. But it's just so hard to gauge how many are in there. So if that was 250, this is probably close to 250, and I've only planted half the tray. Here's the other 150. Oh yeah, this one's going to have way more. Oh well. All right, I'm going to spray these down. And then these are done for today. It's been a day.